I don't like saying still to come. That's my least favourite cliche in broadcasting at the moment. Still to come. They say it in one word, still to come. And then they say something that you couldn't possibly be interested in, but they've thrown ahead. So I'm not going to say still to come. I'm going to say lurking in the bushes. With a knobkerry. Do you know what a knobkerry is?
No.
It's a tremendous weapon. My grandfather served for 4 years in Baghdad just after the First World War, and they used to take an awful lot of weapons off the locals, and they managed to smuggle a lot of them home. And chief amongst this, in his wardrobe when I was a small boy, was this knobkerry, which consisted of a sort of pliable leather strap that was quite thick, about a foot long, and on either end was a huge gnarled piece of iron with shapes carved into it. They looked like small pineapples, okay? And he called it a knobkerry.
What's it for?
Killing people horribly about the head.
Oh.
So lurking in the bushes, armed only with a knobkerry, is travel and news at 8 o'clock. It's all balls, paparazzi patrol, go nuts for donuts. But next, it is newsreel or surreal. First of all, however...
The Tommy Boy Breakfast Show presents the 10 most annoying
things about watching football down the pub, and this comes to us from Michael Pink, who listens on the internet in the West Midlands and who subscribed these using our Facebook page. Details on how to do this interactively coming up. But first of all, Michael's 10 most annoying things about watching footy down the pub at number
10.
Midweek hangovers. Because now you get a Premier League game on Monday and then Champions League on Tuesday and Wednesday, and all he says you're eating is peanuts.
Yeah.
9.
People who want the other team. You've gone down there assuming everybody's going to support the same team as you, but there's always some geezer, or worse still, a bunch of geezers supporting the other team. How to deal with them?
Yeah.
At number
8.
They keep the sound down for the build-up. You know, you want the build-up, you want to know what's being discussed and which goals you're watching and what the significance of them is, but they keep the sound down during the build-up, Michael says, or they leave... I can't say that word, Michael, but thank you for subscribing it. You're absolutely right. They leave music playing while the game's on. At number 7, things about watching football down the pub, which game roulette. You go down there hoping that it's going to be Portsmouth versus Aston Villa, but when you get there, the management have decided it's going to be Liverpool. Again.
6.
And number 6, the expense. Michael says people think Sky is expensive, but compare that on a per-game cost of buying 4 pints of lager, 2 pints of peanuts and 10 Marlboro Lights, which you have to brave bad weather to smoke.
Oh, yeah.
At number 5, the loudmouth. There's always one loudmouth, he puts in brackets, usually a Pompey supporter, boring his so-called friends with his take on what he's read in the Sun that morning.
4.
At number 4, neck problems. This has to do with the wide screen, the high screen, and the crick of the neck
pain.
as you stand there from foot to foot, or sat down, crick neck that leaves you looking up at the sky for an entire week. The half-time rush for the toilets, which you try to beat by leaving 5 minutes before the half-time whistle, which is when there's a goal,
Yeah,
and you come
always.
back out and your team are 1-0 down.
2.
Tall blokes.
In general.
If ever you do get a good seat, you can bet that Peter Crouch will turn up and stand right in front of you.
And the number 1 most annoying...
Michael Pink in the West Midlands, things about watching football down the pub. He says unless you turn up 2 hours before kick-off and put a towel over one of the stools, then you're screwed. Michael, thank you very much indeed.